Brodzki here. We are with our today's guest, with
Petrina.
So we will talk about Petrina, just where she comes from, different things about Petrina. So just to start, where do you come from? Why did you come to Germany, to Hamburg? What brought you here? How is living in Hamburg? Like, tell us anything about you.
Okay, so first of all, I'm from Barbados, which is a small island in the Caribbean. Beautiful, beautiful island. And I'm really happy and proud to come from there. I came to...
If you wonder what the flag of Barbados looks like, it's just like this. So all those who learn geography very, very properly, then they recognize it, okay? And why did you come here?
That is a very long story. But if I would put it into one sentence, one word, I would say I came here for love. I met, I guess you could say, the man of my dreams, and he is amazing, and he just happened to be German, living in Hamburg.
What is his name?
Can you say?
I don't know.
His name is...
There's the man recording.
His name is Bjorn.
Okay. Yeah, and yeah, so how did you meet maybe? Or what is the story of your love or relation? Or maybe, yeah, why did you come to Hamburg and not he come to Barbados?
So we met 5 years ago, which is kind of a long time. We met online, which is a really great place for meeting people. And we started to travel back and forth with each other. And we spent lots of time in Barbados, lots of time in Germany. And we decided to come here because I am a traveling teacher, I guess you could call me that, and I teach English as a second language, so I wanted to make use of that skill.
That's interesting. And how is life in Hamburg? How are the Germans towards you? What were you thinking about the Germans when you first met them, like settling in Hamburg?
So I love living in Hamburg. Hamburg is one of the nicest places in Germany that I can say. I love the big city feel. It feels a little bit like how New York does to me. So I really do love Hamburg. There's always something happening. It's a beautiful city and the history is pretty much amazing. So I'm happy to be here.
What about the weather here?
The weather in Hamburg. Oh. Most people will say it is unpredictable. Is a good word. Yeah. One day you can have a week of sunshine, and then the next week, clouds, rain, all day, all night. Yeah, just depends on which week you're in.
Yeah, I think the most of the time it's just raining, so
Yeah.
that was a really nice explanation she produced, but the reality is that it's pretty much raining every day.
It's true.
Maybe I am exaggerating. Yeah, but it's a nice city, that's true, very, very green one. So what were you thinking about the Germans when you came here? Did you have any stereotypes towards them?
Most of what we learn about Germany are the typical things that Germany does not really want to share. But with that in mind, I'm a pretty open-minded person, and I love to travel and I love to see what new things you can learn about a city or learn about a people or their culture. And I can say that I have learned so much in Germany. In terms of the people, I think a lot of people have this idea of Germans being people who don't love fun, or people who are not so friendly towards you, and that they're very direct. So I would say the difference in, say, someone from America or so, when you have a lot of people saying, "Oh, good morning, how are you doing?" People think that in Germany you don't do that here. They are more to the point, but I said all of that to say Here, I have met some of the nicest people that I know. Here, people have been very nice to me. They are polite, and if something happens, they do try to help you. So, I'm happy about that. People are friendly, but it's a little different from Barbados, because in Barbados we are extra warm, we are extra friendly, and we are very close with each other. So a normal conversation, we would be like, hey!
Yeah, just touching.
A lot of touching and a lot of not so much space.
Yeah, should be sitting
But,
closer
yeah.
to each other.
So I would say that's one of the main differences for not only being Barbadian but being Caribbean, because that is part of our, I guess you could say, culture.
Okay, and maybe just a short explanation about the drink we have here.
Ah, yeah. So this is a present for Piotr. This is rum punch all the way from Barbados. Now, we absolutely love rum punch in Barbados. It is one of our favorite drinks, and we make one of the best, I want to say the best rum in the world. And it's one of the oldest industries that we do have, and we make really, really good rum. So this is made from our fantastic rum, and it is a really refreshing drink, and you can have it any time of the day over ice with some lime, and just relax and enjoy.
Maybe after the interview.
Yeah.
And maybe can you tell us something about the educational system or interesting facts about Barbados? How does it look like? Like going to the school, when do children begin school, and
Yeah.
those kind of things.
Yeah. So Barbados is, as I said, a small island in the Caribbean. It's not the smallest, but it's a small island. It is beautiful. It is paradise. And even when you're going to work, in the morning you have such a good feeling and a good outlook on the day, because you look to the left or you look to the right, well, to the left mostly, and you see the beach and you see how beautiful everything is, and you just feel, okay, I'm going to work today, it's okay. So that's one thing that I can say. Even when you are tired or anything, there is still some
Extra
beauty,
things.
yeah, to be grateful about. The educational system, we go to school since we're 4 years old, and some kids are, as the years go by, the age is getting a lot less, so you can go to school with 3 years and you're in school for a long time, because between 3 or 4 to about 16, and you finish the secondary school, which is the equivalent of high school, and you finish that when you're 16. And then you can go on to do tertiary education, so you can decide if you want to do an associate degree, if you want to do a bachelor's degree, and go from there.
And what's the difference between bachelor degree and the other thing?
The associate degree is 2 years, and you can learn different skills, and it's like a stepping stone to a degree. Or if you want to, you can also go and do your bachelor's degree when you're 16, which is, I think,
great.
pretty amazing. Yeah.
On the one hand, it's very nice, but on the other hand, you are very, very young and you have to decide about your future.
Yeah, it's a bit stressful sometimes, because you have a lot of pressure on you to succeed and to do very, very well, since you are very, very young. So that's one thing. The education system is very good. We learn a lot. Most of the country, I would say, is we have one of the highest literacy rates in the world, which is pretty fantastic.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So, and it's very amazing and impressive that you left everything just to come to Hamburg, but to Germany. So all those beautiful beaches, those nice atmosphere, and this nice style of life, and came here. So it's impressive. And how is it to see your parents or just your friends only a couple of times every year? what's the feeling to live outside of Barbados and just leaving everything behind you?
I would say that it is one of the biggest steps that you take. Recently, more people are being more adventurous and more people are leaving the safety of home and exploring. They're living across the world. They're living in Canada, they're living in the US, they're living in Europe. I have some friends who teach in Japan, which is pretty amazing. And yeah, I think that I was also encouraged by their influence that they went so far to Japan. So for me to come to Germany, it's part of the way. But I think it's a big step for most Barbadians because you are stepping out of your comfort zone. You are stepping out of island life, and that is one thing that you really do have to get used to. We are very close-knit with our families, so, and an example of that is that when you are 18 or so, your parents don't really kick you out. I know a lot of people who are living with their parents and they're like in their 30s, sometimes 40s. So it's like you can help your parents when you work, and it's a big step to get used to. Do you miss your family? Of course, but luckily now you have WhatsApp. You can talk to them every day if you want to. You have vacations. You can go and visit home, and it's more like a tourist, but you're still home. So that's one part that I like about it.
That's good. So from what you said, it's impressive that you came here, and because as you said, there are a lot of people just living with their family and friends. It has to be appreciated. And what more questions should I be asking? I run out of my old questions. Any other facts, interesting facts about Barbados?
About Barbados? So in Barbados we speak English. It's our mother tongue. I've had a lot of people say, "Oh, don't you speak Spanish?" Because it sounds that way, right? Barbados. It sounds beautiful. It sounds like a Spanish island, exactly. So that is pretty much the only language that we speak, English. We had our independence from 1966, so we were called Little England for a long time because we were an English colony. So even the social systems and everything are based from that. So I think we've progressed a long way still.
Okay, so I think it's the end. If you have any more questions, you can just ask Petrina either directly or through me.
Ask me about the food and the culture.
Sorry, about the. We are not finishing yet. What about the food? What is the typical food in Barbados? What is the difference between eating like the casual food in Germany or in Europe? What are the differences?
I think that's one thing that I had to get used to. But luckily, German food is amazing. They spice their food, they season their food, guys. It is really, really good. I'm not lacking anything in taste. In Barbados, we use a lot of seasoning. We use a lot of fresh herbs and colors, and the food is really, really appealing and really tasty. So good. We have, I guess you could call it our national fish, which is flying fish, and you all can look it up. It's a really cool fish, and it is delicious.
Everything combined.
Yeah, just the best deal. We have a lot of our food and our culture and the things we say and what we do, they come from the African influence that was there through colonization, and we have our local dish, which is cuckoo and flying fish. Cuckoo is like a polenta. It's like cornmeal with okra, and it is from African cuisine, I guess you could say. So a lot of the things that we do, a lot of the words that we use, because we have a dialect as well, and they combine English with African words that we have picked up along the way with some Scottish influence as well. And it sounds really pretty. One famous person from Barbados is Rihanna. Everyone knows her. So yes, we're from the same tiny little island in the Caribbean.
Did you get to know Ryan?
I actually did. We are in the same age group, kind of. And the cool thing about it is that when she visits Barbados, she comes every year for the carnival that we have, which is in August. And we have like a really awesome festival called Crossover, and it's like, if you think of the carnival in Rio with all the pretty feathers and the colors and the going down the street in bikinis and dancing to lots of music and drinking rum, of course.
From Barbados.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty much like that, and she comes every year to check that out. And the cool thing is that no one bothers her. She can walk around and be friendly to everyone, and everyone says, "Oh, welcome home." So, yeah, very friendly people.
Good food, nice beaches. So
Yeah, nice beaches. Definitely recommend a visit.
what about the prices?
The prices. One thing I can say is that we are improving our local produce, but before, most everything was imported. And because of that, they're imported from England, they're imported from the United States and China as well. So you have duties and taxes on top of what the prices should be. So it's not the cheapest place for if you want to shop or for food, but you do get value for money. That's one thing I can say.
Okay, so I don't have any more questions. I didn't prepare myself that well, but our guest was very talkative, and thanks to her, the interview was perfect. And so, if you have any more questions, just you can leave them in comments, and don't forget to leave a like. And if you have any more questions, I can contact you with Petrina. So, tschüssi in German.
Tschüss.
Tschüss. You can stop it. Okay, so in addition, we are taking advantage of her being an English teacher and generally speaking English as her mother tongue. So, Petrina, please teach us some words in Barbados.
So, as a kind of a pet name, Barbadians are called Bajans, and our dialect is called Bajan, so you can speak Bajan. It's very cool. So, if you wanted to say, what's up, what's going on, then you say, Wagainon.
Wageno.
Wagainon. How you?
How are you?
How you?
How are you?
You good?
Ah, okay.
Alright, cool. Then you can also say stuff like, you can tell me some things to say, and I'll translate it for you.
Oh, okay. The weather in Hamburg is extremely good, which is a lie, of course.
You would say, the weather in Hamburg real good, boy. Real good.
Real good.
Yeah, real good. If you don't like something, there's an exclamation that we use, and it's like...
Sorry, no, I cannot do this, no.
And the angrier you are, or the more upset you are, the longer. And you call it a stoops.
Strips,
Yeah.
okay.
Because it's like...
I'm not able to repeat that now, sorry.
That's one thing. There are some... there's one word, but I shouldn't tell you that.
Oh, please, come on.
No, not on camera, maybe later. If you wanted to say, like, what's your name? A lot of people are like, who you name?
What's your name?
Yeah, who you name, like, but it really means what is your name?
Just the shorter version.
Yeah, who you name?
Your name?
You can say something like, to answer, how you, you'd be like, my good.
My good.
Yeah, you got it. Man, I good, I cool, things good, man, things real good.
I like this style.
So it's more like a very relaxed way of speaking.
Yeah. But nobody would understand it. Like, oh, I mean, the people living in Barbados would understand it, of course. But
Yeah, you get used to it really. If you wanted to ask someone to go to the movies, you'd be like, or sorry, go to the cinema, you'd be like, wanna go to movies? And wanna means like you guys, you all, and I think that comes from the African part of us. So wanna
see
means
movies?
like you guys.
Yeah.
Wanna go.
Wanna go? Wanna go movies?
Yeah. Wanna go to movies.
Wanna movies? wanna go to the movies?
Yeah, you got it. So it's like, it's English, but it's, I guess you could call it broken English. So like
a street language or something.
Yeah, like a island tongue.
Let's go.
Any other words you wanna? Any other sentences you wanna try?
Maybe you have any ideas. You can ask us.
Behind the camera.
Behind the camera. We will-
Did I forget anything?
I think no. Basically, if you have any sentences that you want to get translated, just ask us.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get them translated.
Like
Just
simple
maybe.
things. Like simple things. Oh, one thing. If a Bajan is giving you directions, they will add a whole lot of unnecessary things in there. They'd be like, oh, you want to get to the shop? Okay. Go so. Down that road there. And go until you get to church. And then they'll tell you, but if you get to the church, you've gone too far. Go back, look for the brown cow.
Okay.
Look for the cow on the corner. And then turn right. So it's a very roundabout way of giving directions. So if a Bajan gives you directions and you get there, hallelujah.
You're a genius.
Yeah, you're a genius. You have not gone too far. You have found the brown cow. So, yeah.
That's cool. So the tip for today: don't ask Barbados for directions. Just get the map. Okay. So, guys, thanks for watching. Tschüssi.
Tschüss.
How do you say bye in Barbados?
Bye.
Just say bye. That was boring.
See you later.
See you later. Alligator. Bye bye.